Hey guys, welcome back to the Nightsiders Podcast, your gateway to geeking. I'm Big Will Johnson, followed by, got Jeff Bundy here with me.
Hey.
I got Paul Williams here with me.
How's it going?
And Mr. Atomic, Eric Johnson here with me.
Can I get a kaboom?
And we've been gone for a while. Was dealing with some personal stuff. And so we had to take a little hiatus. But we are back. Hope you didn't miss us too much. Actually, no, I hope you guys did miss us a lot.
Yes, miss us a lot.
Yes. And today's episode, we're going to be talking about things we're looking forward to this year, specifically in television and movies. As you guys know, we're big into, your superhero television fare and your movie fare. And,
horror movies,
action. Yeah. So we're going to talk about that, what we're looking forward to, what's got us nervous. And I think we'll start it off. We're going to start with TV, gentlemen.
Sure.
Yeah, all right. That works.
Okay, cool. Why don't we break it out in with the CW? You know, I think that's everybody's caught up for the most part on the CW.
Yep. With the exception of tonight's Supergirl.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Well,
That's it.
Yeah.
But other than that, caught up.
As always, I'm a week behind anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
just
still behind
finishing
a little
airing
bit,
right
so.
now-ish.
So some of us will be watching that when we get home.
Yep.
Others will be watching it on Sunday after the Super Bowl. Yeah. All right. Well, what did you guys think of the last episode of Supergirl?
I enjoyed it personally. It had some pretty good moments.
It had a lot of great moments. I'm not a red shirt.
That was
Yeah,
awesome.
it was kind of nice to see Toyman Jr. get a chance to shine and have a little bit of just a small amount of character development, but it was the right kind of character development.
Absolutely.
Right.
And,
Mon-El is the character that I find interesting to watch.
I do.
Yeah.
I would actually like to see him and HR from Flash hang out together.
That'd be so funny.
Well, they have the musical episode coming, so there's...
Oh.
Yes.
I know, you're not one for musicals.
Oh, God,
but
I hate musicals. I mean, if we could actually... Okay, so Supergirl, definitely on an upward trajectory for the most part.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier in the pre-meeting about some things that I don't like so much, but I can definitely say I am not looking forward to the musical.
No.
I am, for those of you
it's
that
a
don't-
Glee reunion is what it is.
Yeah, that's even worse.
Because they got Darren Criss, who's going to be the music meister. He's from
know.
Glee as well.
Oh, God.
Sorry for him.
Yeah.
You know?
It must be a brother thing because I don't enjoy musicals that much either.
My problem with musicals is, generally speaking, musicals, they sing about the most mundane thing. I'm going to drink the coffee. Oh, the coffee. And you're
Did you watch
yes.
one? What was the Buffy episode? Once Upon a Feeling.
No, actually, I skipped it.
They got the mustard out of my shirt.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
That's
But,
exactly why
I mean,
skipped.
the point, I think that episode, this episode coming up with Supergirl is kind of on the similar vein, where the reason they're singing is because of the bad guy.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's not like they're just suddenly randomly deciding to sing. It's actually being forced on them by the bad guy.
And I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna put my big boy pants on. I'm gonna suffer through it. And hey, I might even end up enjoying it. I know there's gonna be a bunch of stupid memes the next day. So
Most definitely. Yeah.
But hey, it's okay. Like I said, I'll get through it. That being said, I think it's cool because it does offer something for people who are fans of something else as well.
Right.
And it is a bit of a different take. At least it's not just going to be a standard villain of the week. This villain will have a bit of a gimmick, and that's cool. Yeah. You know, that's something people are obviously excited about it, and that's good for the show. It's good for ratings, and that keeps things fresh. So I'll take it in stride. I mean, not everything is for me.
Right.
Should be, but it's not.
I'm actually kind of excited just because it is one of the I guess he is technically like an older villain, you know, and more of an off-brand villain. The Music Meister is not somebody you really hear about.
If you guys
Batman Brave and the Bold was
yeah,
the last.
Yes.
Batman
Right.
Brave and the Bold did it.
Actually, and I have to admit, I did like it was because it caught me totally off guard.
Yeah.
But Batman Brave and the Bold was so ludicrous, which that show was brilliant.
It was.
It was so ludicrous
Definitely.
but so brilliantly executed. I didn't mind that episode. and there were aspects I actually liked about the episode.
Batman Brave and the Bold was one of the shows, and I was trying to convince Paul here to watch it. I was like, it's like got the grittiness of Batman the animated series with the silliness of the '66 Batman.
Which actually,
and they somehow managed to roll that together.
With a dash of Super Friends. Yeah, that was the brilliance.
Yeah.
That was like the brilliance of that show. That
Absolutely.
show, the Batman Brave and the Bold really did represent the coming together of like old fandom and like new storytelling.
Yeah.
And I think it worked really well. And in a way, it's kind of what Berlanti's doing on the CW.
Yeah.
I can see that.
They're not afraid to take chances, which we've discussed before. That's actually, I think that's the problem with their film franchises. We'll talk about that later. But being brave enough to introduce characters like Guardian and Mon-El,
The Dominators,
the Martian Manhunters, Martian Manhunter, and Miss Martian.
Yeah.
You know, having those characters, and I mean, in a way, some of them are kind of goofy if you don't take the time.
King Shark,
Ragman,
Ragman,
yeah.
Wild Dog.
Well, yeah, and I love Ragman. Ragman is awesome. I mentioned that before. But being willing to, you can list off all those names. The Human Target, for God's sakes.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have all these characters, and they're like, we're not afraid to do that. And that's kind of how Batman Brave and the Bold was.
Yeah.
So
Taking C-list characters and giving them A-list treatment.
They brought in Plastic Man
when?
on Brave and the Bold.
Brave and the Bold.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, when did the CW bring in Plastic?
If they do, I'll be very happy.
That'd be very cool.
That would be amazing.
Oh yeah, truly. I think the only downside to Supergirl, and this is a bit controversial, so to all our SJW types out there, you might want to plug your ears. I don't want to trigger anybody. I'm one of those guys now. Hey, but no. I think the way they're handling, I always forget her sister.
Maggie and Alex.
That Maggie and Alex relationship.
I
don't like the way they're handling it. I think it's very immature. Mm-hmm. I think it lacks the what could be good character development.
Right.
Well, and it's like I said, like off microphone earlier, you have two well-respected. One works for the DEO, one's a cop. They're very respectful. They're very responsible people, and then you have them act like 5-year-olds after their first night together.
Yeah, and that's minimalizing their characters. That's kind of
and it's exploitative.
It's weird because I'm the furthest thing from a feminist. I'm not one of those guys. I'm a feminist too, but really, I think it takes away from the strength of these female characters.
Yes.
Because not only are they respected and what have you, but they're the top of their game.
right.
Like, they're good at what they do. And Alex had a really cool moment in the episode when she gets she goes in, she kicks some alien butt, gets the gun, she's like, oh yeah, I got dibs. And I was like, ha, my girl, that was cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I enjoyed that. That was like, all right, man, like, that's the Alex I want to see.
And where's that Alex in the relationship?
Right. The
It's
one
like all of a sudden she turns into this like 12-year-old girl who just,
I never want to leave here.
yeah.
That was a bit silly.
Whereas, and they had a golden opportunity, and they even slightly addressed it. They had a golden opportunity to explore more how Alex always feels like, hey, look, I don't get to have a normal life because I've always had to deal with the extraordinary, and when I'm even the slightest bit irresponsible, something terrible happens. Mm-hmm. That's great. That's a great foil. Yeah. That's a great thing. Like,
it's good character development.
Yeah, it's good. I think it's good character development. It gives weight to the relationship so that it's not just exploitative. Because that's one of the things we were talking about off mic earlier.
Right.
A lot of times when you have lesbian relationships, it seems like, especially on networks like the CW, it seems like those relationships are very exploitative. Like, it's very much like, see, they're girls and they're kissing. Ooh, salacious. You know what I mean? Then for guys,
Let's sell some popcorn.
Yeah, and if it's a couple of guys, it's like, yeah, they do gay stuff. But they're like brothers.
Right.
And I mean, this is an argument. Anybody who knows me is probably like, I never thought I'd hear Wyll kind of championing this cause, but there are different. I mean, yes, there are different types of people, like in any relationship. But when you're telling a story, and you're dealing with relationships, whether they're heterosexual or homosexual, you need to show that these are people relating to each other. Don't just suddenly turn them into children because they it's implied that they had sex. You know what I mean? It's just weird. Like these are 30-year-old women. Like this is not middle school. So
Right. Exactly.
I think that's what the Americans call it, middle school.
So don't turn them into a caricature of the character that that they are.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's actually my only real criticism of Supergirl, which is kind of nice because it's kind of small, and I think it's easy to fix. Really easy to fix because it seems like they already know that they can move in a different direction. Supergirl herself is awesome.
The character that interests me though is Mon-El.
No, yes.
There's some definite good character development going on.
Yeah,
with
there's
that
some
character.
growth.
Yeah.
Especially when the Dominator basically saluted him.
That was interesting.
Well, if you're familiar with the comics, the Daxamites and the Dominators usually work together.
Oh, that's right.
But they never really showed that during the crossover because Mon-El wasn't part of it.
Right.
So it's kind of something to have a bit of comic book knowledge to know that part. I found that I noticed it right away. I was kind of intrigued by it.
Yeah, I like the idea that he kind of wants to be a hero now.
Yes.
Yeah.
But a different kind of hero. Like he won't be, the regular, the flights and tights that we're used to.
He might. He said he wants a suit.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he wants a suit.
Probably without a cape.
Yeah, he doesn't need a cape.
No capes.
You jump. You can jump high, bro. You don't want a cape. Get caught on a lamp pole like an idiot. But
He just wants to leap over tall buildings.
Yeah, Well, he's baby.
Maybe outrace a train or
Yeah.
bullet or something.
Yeah.
But with Kara, I like the idea. I like the fact that they pushed her heroic nature. Very much like Superman. Like, hey, look, powers or no powers, I'm going to try and help these people.
That was very cool.
And I like that. I love how she's growing into being a real hero. And thank you. I say thanks, man. Thanks, CW. For giving us, and they gave up on that whole because she's a girl. She's a hero.
Yeah.
She's a hero first. Everything else comes after that.
Yeah.
Her being a girl is irrelevant now.
Yeah.
She's
not. They don't look at it that it's because she's a girl or because he's a guy. She's a person.
She's a person, and she's a person who believes in right and wrong and chooses to do right the best way she knows how, and that's going to be fun to watch as her character grows. She will fill that Superman void. I know they have Superman, but it was great even in the crossover. She was kind of like a giddy schoolgirl because it was like so much fun to meet other people who were kind of like her.
Right.
But and I think the next time she comes, she'll be like that force, like, we got a Supergirl.
Yeah.
Like boom.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I think that's.
You have an army, we have a Hulk.
Yeah, basically.
She'll be the mic drop.
Yeah, she'll be the answer. It's like, don't worry, we got this covered. Supergirl is here, and I think that's really cool. So she'll be a premier hero,
right,
as opposed to Superman's baby cousin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think moving on, we get into Flash. Flash was fun. Flash is good. I really enjoyed the episode. I like the fact that they're still always the victims of their own mistakes.
Yes.
They kind of create their own problems. I actually thought we might see the beginnings of the Flash Museum.
That's what I thought, and actually, I suspect that that's what Star Labs will become.
Yeah.
Because you see the layout.
Yeah.
And they're already building towards it.
That's going to eventually be the Flash Museum, and as we saw in the crossover, their little hangar there, that eventually one day will be the Hall of Justice.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're setting it up now.
The Hall of Justice will be in Central City. How cool is that?
Yeah. A nice little difference.
Yeah.
And you even see the like in the police station, you see the I think it's like a plaque or a picture. It looks like a tribute to the Justice League or something.
Yeah.
In the police department.
In the police department.
Yeah,
Central
the
City
truth, justice, and liberty.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Looks very much like the Justice League one.
Yep.
Or even Justice Society.
Yes.
Very cool. So, yeah, I mean, Flash itself, they're handling the time travel stuff pretty well.
Yeah.
But usually for me, a sure bet that a show is on a decline
Yes.
is that they start playing with time because they're usually trying to fix mistakes.
Right. Or that's
But
usually
with-
they're jumping the
So
shark.
with Flash, they kind of started with that.
Yeah.
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 They got that right out of the way, and then just kind of, and they weaved it right into
But
the
they're not.
narrative.
They're not using time travel as a way to fix the mistakes they made on the show. They're using time travel as a plot device to create mistakes for them to fix.
Right.
So,
Well, and in this episode, they used it as a way to set up future episodes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which
We
is
have
brilliant.
Killer Frost, Gorilla Grodd,
Yep.
Yep.
Music
We
Meister.
know what's coming down the pipe. Also, it's not like we have this overarching villain. Okay, it's like Savitar could come back.
Yeah.
But it's not like we have this villain who's going to be like, haha, now I'm going, make my monster grow. It's not like, it's not like the Power Rangers formula,
Right.
know?
Yeah.
The monster.
Monster of the week.
Yeah, it's not the monster of the week. Yeah.
So that's good to see. There's not much else to say. I mean, Kid Flash is cool. I hope they fix his uniform next season.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah,
His
neck.
That actor, as we said in the previous episode,
Right.
he has a more heroic build than the guy that plays Barry Allen.
Grant
Right.
Gustin,
Grant
yeah.
Gustin, who I think is just great.
Phenomenal. Yeah, he's really done a great
But
job.
and Grant Gustin looks amazing as the Flash.
Yes.
But the thing is, the guy who plays Wally is
bigger than
he's
him.
got a wider frame. So when they put that that neckline on his jacket, his overcoat or his overjacket, it makes him look overly bulky.
Right.
So they need to modify the costume just a bit. Matter of fact, what they should do is maybe almost like an Under Armour, and then cut almost like a V, or give him like a fight like a pilot's
Right.
neck
Yeah.
or something. But there's some design aspects that I would fix with that. But other than that,
But by the end of this season, Barry is actually supposed to have suit upgrades.
Yes.
So you can see that most likely they'll do that with Wally as
Okay.
well.
Right.
I certainly hope if they're going to do suit upgrades, they bring Wynn in on the episode, just because I want to see Wynn and Cisco working together.
Oh,
That
that
would
would
be
be
so
fun.
great.
That
yeah.
would be so fun.
The upgrade I'm waiting for is the ring. I've been waiting for it for a long time now.
It's coming.
We
It's
kind
coming.
of saw hints to that in season 1 with
Yeah,
the
'cause-
Reverse Flash.
yeah, Reverse Flash had it. And another character going back to Supergirl, I think I'd like to see get upgraded, even though he's new as Guardian. I just like him to have the blue and gold.
Right.
Yes, I'm totally agreement with you on that one.
I actually didn't think I would like the whole Guardian angle. I do, because they don't overuse him.
Yeah.
No.
I like the fact that Supergirl's kind of like, oh, this guy's stealing my thunder.
Yes.
And but I'd like to see him. Yeah, I'd like to see him get a bit of an upgrade.
Yeah.
The blue and gold, something a little more heroic.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah. That's what
You
I
know,
was going to.
but it's fine. We got him. He's there.
Yeah.
He's cool. He's
I'm-
not.
But as we've seen with these shows, they always have their prototype suit,
Yeah.
and then there come
Yeah,
the
they get-
upgrades.
Yeah, they get.
Look at the Arrow.
Yes.
Like the Arrow, how many suits has this guy had in 5 seasons?
I
yeah.
hated his
Hated
costume,
his first
for
costume.
a long time.
Yes.
Yeah, his uniform now is great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think they've actually nailed it this time.
And I think he's taking your cape, man. He's Captain Segway today. Moving on to Arrow.
Actually, hold on. Tuesdays are now Legends as well.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah,
I did switch over. We're saving Arrow for last. We'll save Arrow for last. Because Legends was the Raiders of the Lost Art episode
Oh, that's right.
with
That's
George
right.
Lucas.
That was,
Spoilers.
yeah.
Oh, he hasn't seen it.
Oh,
Oh.
Sorry, guys.
We need to be prepared.
yes.
Yes.
So sorry. We're not going to get too detail heavy.
No.
Because honestly, but
The nods to the George Lucas films.
Yes.
yeah, and the it's funny.
Even
what,
Howard the Duck.
yeah, it's funny what
Doc.
they had to use so that they didn't get the crap suit out of them.
Yeah.
So they had to dance around things. They couldn't.
Two
have-
nice little nods to Carrie Fisher as well,
Yes.
using two of her famous
two of
quotes.
her famous quotes.
And
Showing
one of
where
her
certain
famous
scenes came from.
Yes.
That was a really cool idea. and without slapping you in the face with it, if you're a Star Wars fan, you were like, "Ha ha, that's cool."
Yeah.
But they didn't have anybody running around with a lightsaber.
And finally naming them the Legion of Doom.
Yes, that was awesome.
Yes.
And I even like Sarah's refusal to
Yes.
call them.
Yeah.
I'm not calling them that.
Yeah.
And I love the fact
This
that
coming from the woman who came from the League of Assassins.
right. Maybe she thought that was stupid too. She just didn't have the fortitude to say it.
So this could be true.
I actually think that the other thing that was cool about the whole Legion of Doom thing was he even said it's from an old Hanna-Barbera cartoon,
Yes.
which I thought was clever.
Yes.
Yep.
It's just a lot of nice little nods. Kudos to the show. It was entertaining.
Yeah. This season, they've actually been a lot more entertaining than they
I
were
think
last
what they've
season.
managed to figure out how to do is how to isolate characters and tell a story. The situation with Mick,
Yes.
that was good. It was good. It also gave a little character development.
Yep.
It was fun. It was a great way to move the episodes along.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested to see where they take things. I just want to say that having Malcolm and Damien Dark together, can we please even just get like one episode where it's just them walking around being dicks? And going to ice cream parlors and taking taking candy from babies and stuff. Oh my god, that would be such a fun episode. Can they show up during the Music Meister episode and just run amok?
Let's just
Everybody else is singing like a pansy.
Well,
just
Barrowman has he has experience in Broadway and stuff. It makes sense to
No,
put
I don't
him in
want
the
him to
episode.
sing. You misunderstood
No.
me. I want him to kill people.
I know, but I'm saying it would fit to have him in the musical episode.
I'm just kidding.
I know.
But yeah,
I really love the interaction between the three of them actually, because I think it's really funny.
Yeah,
to have.
Matt Letcher is Reverse Flash.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's like we three dicks.
Yeah.
Like, those guys are, but at the same time, they're very appealing.
And Malcolm still has the ashes for Vandal Savage. Whatever.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so there were images online of the actor who played Vandal Savage.
Casper Crump.
Yeah, Casper Crump. He was. There are images of him with some of the cast members and a comment saying he's back. So, yeah, I can see that. You get them together, proper Legion of Doom, throw in a gorilla or something.
That'd be really awesome.
I'm wondering if they're dumping his ashes outside right now. It's snowing out there, guys.
Oh god.
It's coming down pretty nice. Too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Maybe Vandal is in the air.
It's raining, man.
Oh, jeez.
You were thinking it.
Yeah.
What? You were thinking it. You were.
Not even close.
Without spoiling anything, though, like when you do see Legends, Eric, you will enjoy it. It was a fun episode.
Good.
But I think it's probably time we move on to the last of the CW superhero shows, Arrow.
Arrow.
Myself, personally, I think this was my favorite of the 4 shows this week.
It's a tough one, but
It's a tough
Arrow
one,
was
but
good.
it's
Arrow
definitely
was
up there.
really good, and Katie Cassidy needs to just stay evil. She's
Yeah.
a lot more interesting and a lot more fun as Black Siren than as the Black Canary.
I knew it was her.
I forgot actually.
What,
It
the
was kinda
Earth
funny.
2?
I forgot about Earth 2. Yeah. That was cool. I was actually a little more interested in what was going on with Mr. Terrific.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, the whole season I've kind of been like, hey man, T-Spheres? T-Spheres. You wouldn't be getting your ass kicked if you had the T-Spheres.
Yeah.
So.
And now he's finally kind of becoming more the inventor, the gadgeteer than the.
And who's the one that basically woke him up to it? Wild Dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of
I
course.
love that guy.
That was great. It showed a little bit of bro.
Yeah.
A little coming together. That was awesome.
Yep.
While busting his chops at the same time.
Yeah, and at the same time,
It seemed like a real relationship.
Yeah, it
you
did.
know?
And at the same time, addressing the fact that he's upset over the fact that his husband left him. So yeah,
That there is a price to the superhero life.
You're beginning to see a bit of a romance develop between Ragman and Felicity there.
You think so?
I don't know if it's a romance.
I think it's more
but
French.
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know. I
could go
think
either way.
I think they're going to go that route.
I think.
I think there's a respect and a forgiveness between the two of them.
Yeah.
I think he kind of like
And
he's.
they kind of have a similar bearing. They're like the two Jewish characters.
That's right.
They kind of have the two. They kind of have a similar way of looking at things, an optimism.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't get me wrong, I love the character of Ragman. I mean, honestly, if they're going to make another show, make it about him.
He's definitely. I wouldn't want to say it about him, but I definitely love him in the lineup, and he's one of my favorite characters on the CW.
Great addition.
And the guy who plays Rory is great. I think he's cool.
The other story that was interesting that came out of that, even though they didn't highlight much on it, was the whole Diggle and Adrian Chase thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Because they kind of made you wonder, would Adrian Chase dress up as vigilante to spring Diggle free, and instead he went with the legal way. Like, hit me, you know?
That was really cool.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what happens with Diggle.
Yes.
As am I.
It's a good way to sideline him, and they figured out a way to sideline Speedy.
Yeah.
You know, I hope this whole what I did not like. Two things. Number one, bringing in Talia al Ghul. Why? Can we just leave the League of Assassins out of this?
Yeah. That said, I'm happy to see that actress playing that role.
Yeah, I've always liked her.
Yeah, looking
I liked
forward
her
to
from
that.
back in the Andromeda days. Alexa Doig.
Yeah.
That's
her name.
Yeah. She's aged very well. You know, just say it. I was like, wow. It's like she was just on Andromeda.
Yeah.
But I'm tired of the League of Assassins. Just please stop it. And can we just leave Batman's?
Yeah, but even Batman's rogues never focused that much on the League.
Yeah, it was. It's a bit much at this point. And then there's the other part of this. Are we going to get a new Black Canary, and why? Why do we need that? We don't need a new Black Canary.
I'm going to kind of have to disagree. Green Arrow kind of needs a Black Canary.
She does, but just make Black Siren the Black Canary.
No, Green Arrow doesn't need a Black Canary. Green Arrow needed a Dino Lance.
Yes.
Green Arrow doesn't need a Black Canary. And if they're pumping that other chick up that was in the end of the episode to be the
apparently her name on the show is Tina Boland.
I don't.
So where this came from?
Just super lame.
And she's got a Sonic screen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, really, kids. You know.
I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with it. I'm not sure I'll like it, but I am curious to see what's gonna happen with this.
I'm not feeling it.
I would have more preferred that they tried to redeem the Black Siren and make her a Black Canary if you had to go that route. Because then she's at least a Dinah Lance, like you said.
True. I don't know. It's just, I could see that going really wrong. I don't know, it was, even the setup for it just seemed really cheeseball.
Well, they stole that right out of All-Star Batman Volume 1.
Well, there's your problem.
Yeah.
Anything that's
All-Star
written,
Batman and Robin.
Because it's written by, I flipped my lid Frank Miller.
Yeah.
Not the brilliant scribe of the 1980s, but the effing lunatic.
Yeah.
That evolved from that ego.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, man. Like, you're right. Now that I think about it,
it came right out of there with the Earth 31 Black Canary.
Yeah, this is the same
guy
who wrote. What was it? What was it? Linkara called him Crazy Steve.
Yeah.
What?
He called his Batman Crazy Steve.
Yeah.
Because he's like some lunatic dressed up as Batman, who just like picture a guy who just like everything is. I am the night. God damn it. Eat a rat, Robin. Like he's seriously.
No, I know this is. I know. I saw some of that.
And it's like, man, why would you go there for your reference? For your character?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Hopefully they just look. At this point they've earned my trust. So I'm willing to give it a shot. It's not like I'm going to turn Arrow off.
No.
Like there were other shows, non-CW, that I've kind of turned my back on. Walking Dead being one of them.
I'm still watching it. I'm not as hyper about it as I used to be, but I still watch it.
Used to watch Sleepy Hollow.
I never watched that.
Sleepy Hollow was fun. It was fun.
Was it?
And now it's like it's kind of like run its course.
Okay.
But unlike, it doesn't have the charm of a Supernatural to keep it going. So it's
falling flat, huh?
Oh man. Yeah, it's just not. Doesn't look
Actually,
like
to be honest, I thought it was already done.
Yeah, so did I.
No, it's still
I
around.
thought it was already done.
Still around.
So is Gotham now.
Grimm is still running, and Grimm has been.
This is its final season, though. I knew.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It was announced this would be their final season, but they're finishing it out. So
why is that? I'm sad.
I don't know.
I really like Grimm, man. Like Grimm is fun.
How many seasons is it?
6.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I mean, they've reached their syndication.
Yeah. But NBC apparently is pulling the plug on it after this season.
Maybe Netflix will pick it up.
That's
Or Amazon or one of those.
Or maybe
Hulu.
maybe it will get an ending, a proper ending, and that's okay. Sometimes you
Well, they did
story
announce
die.
it like a month ago, and I think it was to give the writers time
Someone told the
to
creators
give
of
it.
Supernatural that one.
Yeah, Supernatural's just. Although Supernatural just got interesting. I haven't seen the return episode, the second half of the season. I haven't seen it yet.
I gave up on it quite a long time ago. I just couldn't do it anymore.
I'm at season 2,
Oh wow.
so I've got a long way to go.
Yeah, I mean, here's the
Well,
thing.
look on the bright side. You're only like 342 years behind.
Yeah, I know.
I'd say with Supernatural, their biggest problem was it was awesome when it was like we're traveling the back roads, killing monsters. And then all of a sudden, man, they're fighting demons. Okay, cool. You're fighting demons. But demons were a real problem. Demons were, look, we got our butts kicked by demons. And then angels came into it. But for some reason, and every show does this, angels are dicks.
Yeah.
Angels are always like these douchey, we detest humanity dicks.
Holier than thou.
God's never anywhere to be found. Because I get it. You don't want to tread on Christianity. You don't want to piss people off.
But just make
Although I do wonder if Lucifer is going to bring God into this eventually.
I wonder. Lucifer, actually, that's a good way. I'm telling you, you took your cape, bro. Lucifer has maybe Captain Segway is just a different person. I should get one of those pink cakes from Chuck E. Cheese.
No, you shouldn't.
The one of the princess cakes.
No.
Because I'm never going to be Captain Segway. So.
The thing is, I'm not trying to do it intentionally tonight.
No. You're just having a good night. But Lucifer is actually really good right now.
This second season has been a lot of fun.
I've enjoyed Lucifer from the beginning.
Same here.
I've never
Same
watched
here.
it. I'm kind of on the fence.
It's good.
I'm on the fence.
Surprisingly, it's a Fox show.
You'll enjoy it.
It's a good show, and I understand there's a lot of people, and even personally, I know where my brother's coming from because of our religious background. So even I had to kind of choke it down a little bit, and then I realized, it's not going to be. There's a tendency for shows like that to get kind of preachy about things, and it didn't. So it works, and I enjoy the show.
You have Lucifer getting therapy.
Don't get me wrong,
One of
I'm
his
not-
best friends is a therapist.
Wait, I'm not saying that I haven't seen any of it, but I've kind of kept my distance from it, for the reasons my brother just stated, because it's kind of,
I remember, I was watching it with Donna, and, I was like, man, I love Lucifer. That's not what I meant. Sorry, Donna. That's not what I meant.
Yeah, but Tom Elling nails that role.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Or is it Ellis? No, Ellis. Tom Ellis.
Tom Ellis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's British or not.
He is.
I just take that for granted. Because, I remember, Hugh Laurie, I was like, wait, that guy's British?
yeah, that blew my
Then you
mind.
hear him talk without the American accent. You're like,
Whoa!
Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
You don't say, buddy.
Speaking of Hugh Laurie, I've been watching House recently this past week, and I just hit the one episode. I was telling Jeff this on the way here, where Dominic Purcell, who's Heatwave,
Okay.
was in it in season 1.
Oh, was he?
And he's all young. He's got hair and everything.
He's got
Guy hair.
Well, I remember when he was in Blade.
Yeah.
Blade
Yeah.
Trinity.
Dracula.
Dracula.
I really hated that movie, but
Blade, ready to die. I was born ready.
that's actually probably one of my only favorite parts in that movie.
Blade Trinity was a hard film to watch,
Yeah.
but
There's a lot of
just seeing
problems
Triple
behind
H
the
with this
scenes.
little Pomeranian was pretty funny.
You have a vampire Pomeranian?
Yeah.
That was hilarious. Ryan Reynolds was great in that movie. He was funny, man.
It wasn't a good
He was
movie,
way
but it
worse
had
than
its
that.
moments.
Yeah,
Yes,
he was-
exactly.
Huh?
It wasn't a great movie, but it had its moments.
He had its moments. I just it has nothing to do I don't blame the guy who played Dracula at all. It wasn't him. He deserved to be the classic Dracula. He did, and they took that from him.
When they had him walk into that goth store and he's like looking at all the vampire
that
stuff,
was funny.
it was funny, but at the same time, it was like
It was a little cheesy.
Yeah.
it was cringeworthy at
Yeah, there's
times.
a bit of a cheese factor there.
Yeah,
That's a good way to segue into the film.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
So,
Captain Segway.
2017 has like a crap ton coming out this year.
Oh, I'm gonna go broke this year. I'm telling you.
It's okay.
yeah, you definitely have to be strategic in what you go and see.
Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome to the house.
Being that I had my personal situation and being under the weather, I was unable to go and see Rogue One, so I finally saw it. I was deeply impressed. It was entertaining,
It was a great movie.
was
At the very end of Rogue One leads you right into A New Hope.
Yeah, it does so very well.
See, and I'm on the fence with it. And I haven't seen it yet. I have one brother that tells me it was a good movie. I have another brother who said,
Well, you don't have to see it.
No.
That's kind of the thing.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. It's not a film that you have to see, but if you like Star Wars, you should see it.
Yeah. You'll
Um,
enjoy it for it just being a good story.
And
Okay.
there's many parts in there. Unlike I saw the atrocity that was Ghostbusters. Unlike Ghostbusters, it's like, see, look, we're acknowledging the original. We're acknowledging the original. It doesn't do that and slam it in your face. Basically, there's nice little nods to future things
okay.
and past things, characters you've met before, perhaps.
Yep.
There's little nods there that make you go, okay, this is Star Wars. You
Yeah,
know?
Darth Vader was final.
It's a nice way to connect Revenge of the Sith with A New Hope.
Okay. I
Because you
see.
have, and I'm going to spoil a little
It's
bit
fine,
for you.
go ahead.
You have Jimmy Smith, who was Bail Organa in Revenge of the Sith. He shows up. But then you've also got Grand Moff Tarkin. He shows up. So you've got a character from episode 3, and you have a character from episode 4. It's that nice little bridge right in between that just gives you a nice story.
And if you want a sandwich, if you want the filling of the sandwich, you have Vader being Vader.
Yes.
He finally,
They redeem that
you get
character
to,
nicely.
You get to see why he's the Billy Badass, just beast,
Yes.
Okay.
and why people were afraid of him.
Okay, I'm downloading it.
Yeah.
Something. I don't care.
I love how you just like, yeah, I'm gonna pirate it.
Yes, we frown on piracy here.
You wouldn't download the plans from the Death Star, would you?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Yes, I will. I want my own Death Star,
bring it to the
man.
Rebels.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, that was last year. I mean,
Yeah.
it comes into this year. This year, now I haven't seen Triple X yet. I am going to see it because, well,
It's Triple X.
it's mindless stupidity, and I just can't wait to see it.
And it's the return of Xander Cage, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll see how that is. Actually, what I'm excited for is John Wick 2.
Yes.
I just gotta say, Keanu Reeves, man. And I saw a little featurette showing some of his gun training, and man, that guy. First of all, does he age?
No.
Like, is he going to the?
He still looks like he could go reprise his role as Neo.
Yeah, is he going to the Christopher Lee School of Regeneration? Like, you know,
Patrick Stewart.
come here, we bathe in baby
Yeah.
blood.
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart, do you bathe in the blood of the innocent?
Yeah, we don't age. Listen, I look so young. They got to put makeup on me to make me look old. I still look like I did back in 1987. You know, like that's
Whoa!
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you take a picture of him from the first season of Star Trek: The Next
Right.
Generation, and a picture of him now. You put it side by side. You're like, was that 2 years ago?
Speaking of Patrick Stewart, Logan looks pretty good this year
Yes,
too.
it does.
Yeah, I have to admit, and I've not really been a fan of the Fox films.
Well, apparently this one doesn't fit in any continuity, so you don't have to worry about it.
Oh, cool.
They've already
Oh.
announced that it's not part of any
It
continuity.
looks really good. I think it's gonna be a good swan song for
Yeah.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how it comes together. At first, I was like, X-23, really? That little girl is very convincing.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
actress is.
Yes.
She's very
But
convincing.
I guess it kind of fits, right? Because like it, I mean, even if they just use a little bit of a little bit of the stuff that happened in the previous movies, just a little bit, it kind of gives, like, having her around would give Logan a reason to care again.
Yeah.
Once, because he lives long enough to see everybody die, and then you just get to a point where you don't care.
But all these X-Men films, they all have a little bit that might tie in, and then a whole lot that doesn't. So,
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the X.
so they can do that with Wolverine too and make it work. Or
Let's
not
face it.
Wolverine, Logan. Logan, sorry.
Let's face it, the Fox X-Men films stink.
Yeah.
They're not really that good. They never have been. They were great when we first saw them because
Yep.
that was all there was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
And at
think,
the time, they were top of the line superhero movies.
yeah, I mean, I'm not taking anything away from what the ball that they got rolling. But
I
once that
still
ball-
enjoyed
I'm
the
sorry.
first and second films.
Right. Well, okay.
I don't.
You know?
I enjoy the first one because I always looked at the first one as kind of it's like I could see where it could you could see where they might actually spring into the more super heroic aspect of things, but then
Yeah,
they
but
just stumble.
You also have to wonder, for the last half hour of that film, did they run out of budget that they had to film in a gift shop? Yeah.
Sick burn.
Yeah.
But it's true though. Like
Yeah.
you have this whole epic first hour and a half, and then your final battle's in a gift shop.
Basically, yeah.
You know, like what? Did you run out of money?
Yeah. No, they just weren't
I
allowed
still
to,
enjoy the film. Don't get me wrong. Like I'll still watch it if I see it, but
they just weren't allowed to read comics on set. That's all.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like that does it. I mean, that says it all right there.
That explains an awful lot.
Yeah.
So,
I take nothing away from them.
The X-Men's biggest enemy has always been the same as the Fantastic Fours.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fox
Studio
executives.
executive.
At least.
Well, what's his name? I think was it Tom Rothman was his name. He was the biggest problem for X-Men, and now he's at Sony. I heard a little rumor that Sony might be selling its film division.
Whoa.
Possibly.
I saw something about that too.
Yeah.
To whom, I wonder?
Probably Disney.
That's
'cause
Yeah.
probably Disney.
There's no way in hell Disney's gonna let somebody else get their hands on Spider-Man.
Right.
No way.
And especially
Spider-Man
after-
is one that looks good for this year.
Especially
No,
after
yes.
Disney spent 15 minutes in one movie making Spider-Man look better than Sony did in 5 movies. So
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna have to disagree with
Yeah.
that just a tad.
yeah,
Yeah,
no, the
just a bit.
Garfield movies.
Yeah.
even
Not the Garfield movies.
Spider-Man 2.
I was just gonna say
Spider-Man
Spider-Man 2 is almost, to me, it's almost as perfect a comic book movie as one could ask for, especially at that time.
Yes.
Especially their portrayal of Doc Ock.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Alfred
fantastic.
Molina did
Yeah.
that beautifully.
And their fight scene on the
And
train.
they actually
Oh,
proved I'll say that film actually proved if you get good actors to be in these movies, you get good movies.
Yes.
You know. I just wish Warner Brothers could get its act together.
oh my God.
Yeah.
They've just made some horrendous. Oh my God.
Speaking of Warner Brothers, I think Wonder Woman is pretty much, if Wonder Woman isn't at least good, I think we can pretty much kiss the DCEU goodbye.
Yeah, pretty
Well,
much.
Flash is now getting a rewrite again.
I think Flash is going to get shelved indefinitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they should shelve it. And I'll tell you why. It's a mistake to make a Flash movie when you have a successful Flash TV show
Yeah.
and you're not going to use the same actor.
And they don't know what to do. Warner Brothers themselves, like their studio, they don't know what to do with the Flash.
Well, and they also lack cohesive.
Storytelling.
They also lack. They don't have. I hate to say it because everybody says this, but They don't have a Kevin Feige. They try to use Jeff Johns, but he's a comic book writer. He's brilliant, but he's not a film producer.
Right.
Kevin Feige used to work at Fox. You know?
Oh, that's
You
right.
know, Kevin Feige's been in this game for a long time. He didn't just jump up and say, hey, I got some good ideas. Let's make some
I
movies.
think the issue you're going to have with the Flash film, and this is why I don't see it happening for a while, is that you have a TV series that is now on its 3rd season and still killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just doing well.
You have to make this movie better than that TV show. Good luck.
Yeah. And that's not going to happen.
The TV show is still very loved by all fans of that show.
Exactly. Especially, I'm
And
a
you're gonna
diehard
go, you know
Flash
yourself, you're going to go into that movie expecting, okay, I want better than what I've been
That's
getting
right.
for 3 seasons.
fan. You know, and the fact that they can't even get like the smallest aspects of the Flash right on the big screen, such as I'm gonna hit the nail right on the head and kill it right away. The lightning doesn't affect the outside world, people. It's the Speed Force.
Yeah. Or, no, not even that. Why is the lightning blue?
Right.
Yeah.
He's not cobalt blue. He's not. You know. Don't get me started.
Well,
Well,
and
I
on
mean-
the TV series, the blue lightning belonged to Zoom,
Right.
So
And, I mean, and if
try
you think-
explaining that to a fan who's been watching the TV series for 3 seasons.
Well, it's kind of like when you're, like, I don't know if you guys remember when we were kids, and you would watch, like, well, I think Masters of the Universe is a great example. So, I was about 7 or 8 when Masters of the Universe debuted, the movie.
Yep.
And when it came out, sorry, I had to fix my chair. When it came out, it was nothing like the cartoon.
No.
And so you're like, wow, you're expecting, you're like, when's Battle Cat coming?
Right.
He doesn't come.
No cringer at
When's
all.
Orko going to make an appearance? We get Gwildor. What the hell is a Gwildor? You know what I mean?
Where's King Randor?
Right. Where's the rest of Eternia? How come Eternia is just a desert?
Yeah.
You don't know anything about budget or anything about that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's obviously not a problem for Warner Brothers when it comes to producing The Flash. And that's the other thing. So why would I go see a Flash film when I'm getting everything I want out of The Flash
Exactly.
for free on television?
Exactly.
And the only requirement is that I turn on my TV. I don't even have to be there to watch it because I can record it.
Yeah.
And we can trust. You know, they've done enough justice to the source material to earn the fans' trust. Sadly, the Warner Brothers, with the DECU, whatever,
DCEU.
the DCEU. I'm sorry, forgive me. All they've done is let us down consistently.
I mean, you're going to have people say, oh, no, I like Batman versus Superman.
That was garbage.
Or I like Man of Steel.
I liked them both, but I know I'm in the minority on that. So,
You know,
and I accept other people's opinions. I get it. If people didn't like it, I understand why they didn't. But I do enjoy them.
Little too dark for like I've never like appreciated their portrayal of Superman in a lot of these later movies. It just too dark.
well, you really bit them in the ass because if you start with think, kids don't. It's not I mean, people like to make fun of Marvel. Oh, if you want fun, go see a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Do you realize what you're saying?
Why else would you go to the movies? You're going to the movies to have fun.
Everybody from 6 to 66, right, likes Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
There's something in there for everybody. Grandma likes Baby Groot or likes Groot. You know, Dad likes Rocket or Gamora. There's something in there for everybody. There's something for the whole family to enjoy. Families go together. So if you get your average family, let's just say your average family is mom, dad, 2 kids.
Yeah.
That's mom, dad, 2 kids. That's good for everybody.
Yeah.
They're going to go see it in 3D because they want to see it in the best quality possible. So you're looking at what's that? Around here, that's at least $11, $12 a ticket?
Yeah.
3D.
3D?
It's $13 for 3D, $16 for IMAX.
Yeah. So let's go 13.
Yep.
$13 a person, man. It's good money. It's good back.
That's $52 a family.
Yeah.
There you go.
Plus,
And we haven't got to concessions yet.
and all
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Now, I didn't take my 8-year-old to go and see Batman vs Superman. In fact, he told me he had no interest in seeing it. He said it looked dark. You know, he really had no interest in seeing it. It didn't matter that it was Batman and Superman.
Right.
You know, I think DC, it's like they want to make these pseudo-sophisticated superhero movies. It's like, I think you forgot what you got. You got the originators.
Yeah.
The archetypes.
You can pretty much do Batman Brave and the Bold on the TV, on the film screen, and people are going to respond. You know, you could do that. Just have fun with it.
But they're just missing the point.
There's people that have more fun watching Batman 66, the movie.
Yeah.
And we all know how bad that is, and yet you'll still get people that...
Hey, man.
They put that on the big screen, I'll go see it.
Yeah. You're that shark repellent? Come on.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Yeah.
Too funny.
You know, and that one goes out to Warner Brothers. Some days you just can't.
Yeah.
And, you know, even I remember that movie fondly.
I mean, think about it. Even the Comic-Con trailer they put out, if they had used the Justice League Unlimited music, you know, instead of that rock song that they used.
The White Stripes. It was a White Stripes song
Which
they
is
used.
ridiculous. Why? Why would you do that? You would expect that more from the Avengers, because the Avengers are darker.
Yeah.
You know, like, Captain America kills people.
Yeah.
It's never really said.
No.
But it's definitely... Well, you think that shield, what does it do, give you a light concussion?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's made of vibranium.
You know, yeah, it's... You know,
No, the Hulk, he just slaps you. You fall down.
I mean, they literally talk about how the Hulk is responsible for, deaths.
Right.
Because he goes on
Demolishing
rampages.
New York City skyscrapers.
Well, you know, I kind of broke Harlem. It says it all.
Yeah. So the Avengers are darker by nature than Superman and Batman and everything else. That was over there.
Okay.
So the thing about it is, like, what it drives me a little nuts when you get these people who are like, oh, if you want fun, go for Marvel. Well, it's like, yeah, but Marvel not only has fun, but they do acknowledge that bad things happen.
Right.
They just don't linger on it. You know.
Wow. Except maybe in certain movies.
I don't know about you guys, but
Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
The whole start of the movie was based off of the death.
Yeah.
yeah.
But,
Or no, sorry, Civil War. I said Age of Ultron. I said Civil War. Yeah, Civil War. The whole start of the movie happened because of the death in Age of Ultron.
Right, but at the same time, it's not. It's not bleak.
Right. Everything's
Okay.
not hopeless.
As much as I do like Batman versus Superman, here's my thing with it. So Superman in Man of Steel tears apart Metropolis. And instead of Batman dealing with it in a smart way, he becomes this pissed off, overaged man who, I want to kill this guy. That in Age of Ultron and Civil War, they used the Sokovia Accord. They did it differently.
Right.
They did it peacefully.
Wow.
They didn't
They
have some
tried.
lone gun going off and trying to kill an alien just because.
Wait, kill an alien who so far has shown that nothing hurts him.
Exactly.
And because of plot convenience, you find a magic rock that can take him down. And he's nice enough to come down and stand in front of you.
Yeah.
There's
Just say it.
some holes there.
Whereas,
When you also have some like some kid just dives into the ocean, goes straight to the bottom of the ocean and finds the rock, and then brings this heavy rock back up to the.
apparently it's very light.
Apparently.
It's just one of those. Look, we can pick that movie apart all day long.
Yeah.
The point is, it makes me nervous about the future because now everything rests on Wonder Woman, and two things rest on Wonder Woman. Not only is the future of the
Unfortunately,
DCU,
I am not one of them.
it's not just that. I mean, okay, so three things.
You got a kaboom on that one.
There's the future of the DCEU.
Yep.
And also, there's the future of female-led superhero movies.
Yes.
That, unfortunately, she's kind of become the ambassador of. And she should. She's like the first lady of superheroes.
Yeah.
You know, she's the premier female superhero. People think of female superheroes, they don't think of Miss Fantastic.
No.
They don't even think of Storm.
No.
They think of Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
So, and and also, Jess Libido is very important. But all jokes aside, what's gonna, I really hope that they've avoided just making a mess of Wonder Woman's film and just focused on telling a nice, coherent story, not trying to blend it into something else.
All you got to do is take that 2009 animated movie, translate that onto the screen.
If they translated those animated films into live action, if with even 75% of the gusto, they would not only
fill the seats.
I think I would think they would beat Marvel.
Yeah,
they would.
I'll tell you, another movie that really could have benefited from that kind of thinking was the Suicide Squad. If they had just translated Assault on Arkham onto the big screen,
wow, that would have been a wow. Or like it'd be Justice League Dark.
Yeah.
You haven't seen
no,
it yet.
not yet.
I haven't
Watched it. Love it.
Me and Will have seen
It
it.
is good.
Myself personally, I put it in the top 5 of animated films.
Oh wow!
And some
that's
of the best parts are the conversations.
Yes.
See, and that's the stuff that I really enjoy.
And they don't really have that in the DCEU.
No.
The great witty banter, everything is dark. Well, who do you think you are? Who do I think I am?
Right.
Like it's like no man, like it's great witty banter where it's like so people know who Batman is.
Right.
Yeah.
People know who Constantine is.
Swamp Thing.
See, and that's
Swamp Thing was very
Swamp
well
Thing was
done.
amazing.
Yes. Swamp Thing was
He
awesome.
made everything groovy.
He did. Swamp Thing, oh wow.
The Demon, amazing.
Yes, and I'm not an Etrigan fan, and I loved him in
I am
this.
because I love the
I'm
way
a
he
bit of a
talks.
fan.
I love the way he talks.
His rhyming when I was younger used to annoy me. I've grown to appreciate it now.
No form of man.
Yeah.
Behold the demon, Etrigan.
But I absolutely loved Justice
Okay,
League.
you guys
Dark.
got me real excited. Like,
Oh,
I almost
and
can't
Justice
say-
Even Zatanna has done very well.
She's
at this.
awesome.
Yes,
She's awesome.
Yeah,
Like she's actually, I'd say I'm not a big Zatanna fan. And I always, I think I've always kind of felt like she was a fetish character.
Yeah.
Right.
Like people just like the fact that she's like the sexy magician.
Yeah.
In this, I was like, Zatanna's cool.
yes.
Like I'd follow her into battle. Like
Yeah.
she's cool.
What's almost like in Young Justice, right? She was.
I actually like the way Young Justice.
Oh, Young
Yes.
Justice actually
Yes.
made her
Very
good.
cool.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
really like the way Young Justice.
so happy that
Speaking
that's
of
coming
which,
back.
is there any word on Young Justice?
Young Justice is in production.
It's in production.
It
right
is
now.
in production.
In
Okay.
production. It is happening.
We'll be seeing it
Cannot
from
wait for it.
at least
they-
the last rumor I read was by late 2017, early 2018.
Yeah, and seeing it is not. It will probably get. It'll probably come out in 2018.
That's what
We'll
I'm.
probably get our first preview like winter
Winter 2017.
2017.
I cannot wait.
Me
I
either.
cannot wait.
I'm giving that one a clear
And you know what?
boom.
Good work takes time. Because let's face it, man. I just finished watching Voltron with my son.
I haven't finished season 2 yet. I've watched season 1.
I'm actually going to watch.
And it just
season
goes to show
1.
you, man, if you take time, put quality work into something, you get a great season. 2 is good. It's fun.
And
It's-
then Netflix has been on the ball with that, as far as I'm concerned.
Mhm.
Almost everywhere.
Yeah. Not gonna
We'll get to that, but other movies this year, some that I'm not too excited about. Power Rangers.
I'm on the fence.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mixed
it
bag.
might.
I'll be honest. I've never been a Power Rangers fan.
Oh,
I
no.
haven't
So
either, but
I may watch it. I might not. I don't know.
it
I'm a
might be
fan.
one of those movies if you disassociate it
Right.
with Power Rangers and just try and look at it as its own thing.
You really have to.
It might actually be a pretty decent movie, but if you're trying to associate it with anything Power Rangers, it looks like
You're in for disappointment.
it looks like you're setting yourself up for this.
There's a big part of it that's like, for me, I have a problem with some of the setup. Especially, it seems like all the kids are like outcasts.
Yeah.
So you don't have one of the things that made the original Mighty Morphin
The dynamic.
accessible to kids is because every kid on the team was a little different. So, like, yes, I know, like, some of the kids were goody two-shoes, but they were different. Like, Jason was the jock. Zach was the too cool for school guy. Yes, he happened to be black and did hip-hop keto, but, you know, he was cool. And that was the thing. You wanted to be cool like Zach, but, you know, honorable like Jason. Or smart like Billy.
Right.
Or wise like Trini. You know, or just really cool like Kimberly. So far, these kids all seem like the Breakfast Club rejects.
Yep, the kids that you don't want to hang out with.
Yeah.
Detention fodder.
And also, I think it's like they put a lot of work into the Rangers' uniforms. And I'm fine with the redesign. Actually, I'll tell you, I remember when we were kids, I had the idea for doing the Rangers like the way they are.
Yeah, I remember we called ours Power Rangers REAL.
Yeah, exactly. It was kind of a like it was like a Guyver take.
Yeah,
Nice.
And we actually talked about I mean, I remember that was a strong idea that we had as kids, like, but because we had seen Guyver, and we were like, it would be cool if they didn't have a morpher. Or if they're like, you know, they could call on their suits like the Guyver.
Right.
I mean, it's the kind of stuff you always put together when you're a kid who watches a lot of stuff. But, and then it's just like, it's like they shit the bed when it came to monster design. Oh, yeah, the putties? Yeah, so if you just take rocks and throw them together, that's a putty.
Oh, come
and
on.
Goldar looks like melting cheese. I mean, this is something I don't understand. This happens in a lot of blockbuster films. You have a big bad or a monster of some kind. Even they did this even with Apocalypse. Instead of taking the design that exists in the comics and doing a badass version of that, they do some. It's like, we gotta make it edgy and different. Stop.
Artistic.
You need to take that guy when he has an idea, punch him, give him his walking papers, and move on with the geeks in the office.
Yeah.
Like, give Goldar some really cool armor, a badass sword. You know, glowing eyes, make him intimidating. Why won't you just create the next Darth Vader?
Right.
It's not a hard concept.
The thing is where movie studios don't seem to get it, is a fan going to watch this, they're going to see what they know is going to exist in that world.
Exactly.
Batman versus Superman. Give us, you know, your lickety-split Clark Kent. Give us a Batman who, he's dark, he's a bit of an asshole, but at the same time still has his moral code.
Absolutely. He's not gunning people down or blowing up buildings.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, and with Apocalypse, we all grew up watching that 90s X-Men series.
Right.
We know what Apocalypse looks like.
Apocalypse who used phrases like, you should be broken against, you will be broken like waves against the shores of eternity.
Exactly.
Right.
That was the kind of narrative.
Over the top, you know.
Like, megalomaniac.
Well, you're like,
lunatic.
if you're going to fight this dude, like, is he for real? Then you see him power up, you're like, oh yeah, he's for real.
And that's the other thing, like, and they didn't even stick with his power set, and that pissed me off a
Use your
lot.
power, give other people powers.
So look at other movies that have failed. Green Lantern.
Oh,
Why'd you go?
Because you're fighting a giant fart cloud.
Exactly.
You know?
The Fantastic Four films.
Another fart cloud.
Well, here's the thing. We know what we're going to get when we go to see it. Just put it on the screen. Why do you got to change shit up?
Yeah, agreed.
You know?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And if you're going to fix it better.
Exactly.
You know? Like, I'll give the Ninja Turtle movies some credit.
Yeah.
Even though we got Transformer Shredder, they at least tried to go for something that was like menacing.
Yes.
Right.
Something that was going to hurt the turtles.
Yes.
They were like, let's turn them into like, you know, Transformer Shredder, you know, Mega Shredder.
Mega Shredder,
You know? But we didn't get, oh, well, you know, he's a ninja with...
Have you seen the second one? Have you seen the second one?
Yeah, I saw the second one. I'm talking about the first one.
Okay, I know. I was just asking if you'd seen the second one because I absolutely adored that movie.
Yeah.
It was all the cheesiness of the 80s cartoon put in live action right in front of us.
It was
great.
Bebop and Rocksteady looking like Bebop and Rocksteady.
This is Krang looking like Krang.
Yeah.
And his goofy machine doing what a Krang goofy machine would do.
And then they went back to like, and they even took Shredder back to what he's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
And then he was still menacing, even though he had a fairly minor role.
And can you believe you're saying all this about a Michael Bay film?
I know.
Well, produced by Michael Bay.
True. But he still had his name attached to that.
The only reason that movie didn't work was because it came second.
Yes.
Yes.
And people had a bad taste in their mouth from the
Yeah.
first one. If they had opened with that, oh boy.
Oh, wow.
You'd have another, I think you'd have another potential $1 billion franchise.
Yep.
You would have, trust me, we would have experienced, I think we would have experienced Total Power all over again.
Oh, yeah.
But there is a trend in films, especially when it comes to bad guys or villains, to not make them menacing. You know, to not make them look like, I don't know, like just like creatures of devastation.
Right.
Like I was so happy when they made Thanos look like, I don't know, Thanos.
Yeah.
You know,
I was,
I was afraid they were going to turn him into something else, like, you know, like a California raisin in a robe or something. You know what I mean?
Well, to be fair, that kind of is Thanos.
No. He's a California raisin on steroids with bling.
I mean, I'm glad they didn't Mandarin him. Yes, I said it. Yes, I had to bring. That was the elephant in the room.
I think honestly, I think Marvel learned its lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
And I'm glad to see that they learned their lesson.
Yeah. So as we move on, I know we're focusing a lot on superhero films because that's what we love.
What about, have you guys seen the trailer for Kong Skull
Yes,
Island?
I
I'm
have.
actually excited for it.
So
I am really excited for that.
And I know is it not supposed? It's like
It's...
is it connected to the
Yes.
to the first Godzilla?
It'll be connected to Godzilla. They're basically going to
Right.
make a universe.
And then in 2019, Godzilla King of Monsters comes out.
Yes.
And that's when they'll have their epic clash.
No, I
No.
think they'll have it after that. I think.
Damn.
They're
It's
playing a
supposed to
long
be after.
game. It's a long
Yeah,
game.
we got a long time to wait.
Yeah. But you know. What else comes out this year? We already talked about Guardians.
We got,
Is it coming out this year?
which one?
Or
I thought it got pushed back.
it might have.
Which
World
one?
War Z 2? Or World War Z 2 for our
I haven't
listeners?
seen that it got pushed back, but I know that you said you did,
I thought it got
so...
pushed back. I don't know. I
But
could be
either
wrong.
way, late this year, maybe early next year.
Yep.
They have the new Kingsman movie coming out.
Yeah.
I'm
yes.
excited.
Circle.
Oh, see now, I saw the previews for Kingsman. I went to the movies. You were with me, Paul. What did we go see? Captain America?
I think it was Captain America, but I can't remember for
Yeah, it
sure.
might have been Winter Soldier. We saw the previews for Kingsman there, and I kind of was looking at it, and I talked with Paul afterwards, and he kind of had the same idea. It's like, yeah, it kind of looks like a Bond rip-off.
Yeah. I
And
agree.
didn't really have any interest in it. I ended up watching it on Netflix. Oh man, I love this movie.
Yeah, I ended up wanting to
Really
see
enjoyed
it.
that movie.
Who did I go see it with? I think I went to go see it with Dave.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my god, this film is brilliant.
Yes.
Yeah, I was completely
I was surprised.
surprised.
And I think that was
really
the best
shocked
part.
me.
I think that's going to be Kingsman's greatest hurdle, though.
Yes.
Because
Yeah, making something that lives
how do
up
you
to that.
surprise everybody again?
Yeah.
You know? So it could be the victim of its own success.
Could be.
It's also, I think it's coming out in a tough time spot this year, isn't it?
I don't remember exactly when
It's
it
a
was.
summer movie.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, so that's a tough time
Yeah, it's a
slot.
tough time slot.
You know, I think maybe they should have taken advantage of a lull in
Yeah.
like February, you know, because I think Deadpool kind of proves that,
great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
brilliant.
you can get her done in February.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thor 2: The Dark World.
So, Ragnarok.
Why did I say that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Thor 3, Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
That looks.
So
And
excited.
supposedly we're seeing glimpses of Planet Hulk in this.
Oh yeah.
So
I've seen some of the still shots. And
I'm
those
excited about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I think that's gonna be fun.
You got War for the Planet of the Apes coming out.
I think that movie is going to be absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did not expect. I always hated Planet of the Apes.
Same.
I remember when I was a kid because Planet of the Apes was like the discount toys.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
the discount toys and like the discount puzzles and coloring books.
Yep.
So every time like you go to like a free event or something, or you
They
know,
were handing up.
oh, they would give it. They were like, it's like, why do people think I like this? Like, you know, like, it would come on TV. I remember my dad's like, "This is Planet of the Apes." I'm like, why do you say it like I'm supposed to like it? It's not Star Wars. You know?
Yeah, I know.
But so when the Planet of the Apes film, the new one, when they revamped it, I was like, I don't want to watch that crap. I watched it like years later,
Same. Same.
and I was like, wow, this is a really good movie.
Yeah, because they've had Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, when Rise came out, that's what I watched Rise at home. And so because I saw Rise, I was I'm gonna go see the sequel. I saw the sequel and I loved it.
I was blown away.
And now I'm like, okay, so I'm waiting, actively waiting.
Oh yeah.
So,
And that trailer that they released looks like magnificent.
I've not yet seen the trailer.
Oh, dude, it's good. It's good.
A trailer I did see though, and it's got me kind of interested. Is the trailer for the new Mummy movie?
Yeah,
It looks interesting.
Looks interesting. I hope it lives up to the hype.
Same.
Yeah.
It does look good, but we'll see.
Is it not supposed to be like the relaunch of a cinematic monster universe?
Universal Studios monsters. Yeah.
But I'm still kind of sad that they scrapped the Dracula Untold thing.
Well, it didn't catch on with audiences.
No, it didn't.
Wow. I'm a little surprised because it was. I found it to be a rather enjoyable movie.
It was like Castlevania.
Yeah, and that's why I liked it.
And I liked that aspect of it too, but it didn't hook audiences. And the movie it had a lot of flaws.
Yeah.
The new Mummy movie looks,
Interesting.
it's interesting. We'll see how it develops.
Right.
2017, also the year that they're ending a bunch of franchises like Resident Evil, Underworld, Saw.
Thank God. All three.
Thank God. All three.
Hope they all go to movie purgatory, especially Saw.
Yo, that's. Wow.
I still haven't even seen the last one.
I gave
up at 5. I think
seen
it
the
was.
last 3 Saws.
Yeah, I think.
Where are we at now? Saw.
This will be 7.
Saw 34.
Legacy
I
will be
haven't seen
7.
the last 33.
Saw Legacy will be number 7, and it's supposed
I
to be
only
the
saw
final.
Saw 1.
I saw the first 3 and gave up after that.
I saw the first 5. I actually managed to get that far.
I don't know how. That was like
I don't know. To me, a horror movie has to be scary, not just gory.
Right. Right.
Or clever.
Exactly.
Yes.
Clever.
Like those James Wan movies. Insidious.
This year we're getting The Dark Tower.
Yes. Dark Tower looks like it's going to
Is that not a Stephen King?
Yes.
It is.
It is.
Okay, I'm going to have to
It's
see
more
that.
dark fantasy though.
Yes.
That's cool. I'm good with that. It's what I.
It's Idris Elba.
Oh, I will be
Yeah.
seeing that.
A
Yeah.
lot of people have a problem with the race bending on that one.
I don't give a shit. I'm gonna see it. I don't care.
You can get a kaboom on that. You get a double.
Seriously, I'm tired of people complaining about which race is doing what. It's Idris Elba.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Come on.
He's like the most interesting man in the world.
Yeah.
He really is. He's like the definition of that. He's got a new series out right now called Fighter.
Yeah.
Where he just goes and fights.
I was starting to watch his one series, I believe Luther, and I just got off track and never went back to it. But
I started watching. He was in Alphas too, wasn't he?
No, you're thinking of Malik Yoba.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was sad about Alphas.
so was I.
I really liked that show, and they just
Had a great concept.
they nixed it.
It had the summer slot, so and summer slot shows.
Sci-fi shows.
Yeah.
It's sci-fi shows on top of it also.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm saying it wrong. Siffy.
Oh,
Oh, really?
is it?
It's SYFY.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Sci-fi.
Like Dominion. Dominion is a great show. Canceled.
And Defiance.
But hey, yeah, Defiance was awesome.
I love Defiance.
Was it?
Filmed in Toronto.
I don't
Yep.
know anything about that one.
Yeah,
It
Defiance
ran
was
3
good.
seasons.
What was it about?
Basically an apocalyptic St. Louis,
Yeah,
Oh.
basically,
more or less.
aliens come to Earth
Yep.
from another star system.
Oh,
And
yes.
the aliens and the humans try to coexist.
That's right. You know what? I heard about this one, and I heard about that series, and I
And
never
they're
got
in
around
New St.
to it.
Louis.
Actually, you should do yourself a favor and watch it.
Yes.
Okay. I never got around to watching it, and then I think I dashed my hopes when they ended it.
Grant Bowler was the lead male, and the lead female was from Buffy, the one who played Darla, and I can't remember her name. For the life of me.
Oh,
Julie Benz.
thank you.
What was it?
Yeah, that was Julie Benz. Yeah.
She's a fantastic actress.
Yeah.
I remember when she was the mother on No Ordinary Family.
Right.
Another show that I was so sad to see go.
Yeah, that was a good show.
I mean, it came out alongside like a couple other ones.
Well, No Ordinary Family was basically The Incredibles.
Yeah, The Incredibles. Yeah.
Speaking of which, they're making a second one.
Yes, they are.
I don't know when it'll come out, but
2018.
Not soon enough.
yeah.
2018,
That's
I think.
no kidding.
Incredibles, the best Fantastic Four movie ever made.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No capes.
Okay.
No capes. Speaking of no capes, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Homecoming.
So excited.
No capes, but you can have wings.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm not complaining.
Oh, me.
I'm very happy.
I've always liked that aspect of his one costume that it had the gliders. Like,
Spider-Man's going to be fun. I think it's going to be. I'm really interested to see how the new kid Tom Holland does.
I'm not just. Okay,
I think it's nice that it's Robert Downey Jr. who's going to be the one bringing him in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy Hogan is back.
Yep.
I'm excited because like they're finally gonna have another menacing villain played by
Michael Keaton.
my favorite Batman actually. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You know what? That's not true anymore. Ben Affleck is now my new favorite Batman.
Well,
I do like Affleck as
Either you
Batman.
die as a Batman,
And I
or
do
live
like
long enough
Gal
to see
Gadot
yourself
as
become
Wonder
a
Woman.
vulture.
That's awesome.
One way or the other, you get wings.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time he's played a Birdman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Way to keep it going.
The only movie that really scares me coming out this year is Ghost in the Shell. And that's because I am a diehard fan of the anime series.
See, I could care less.
Yeah,
Really?
I don't know
Yeah,
anything
I
about
don't
it.
care.
I'm nervous about it. That's me.
Yeah.
And it's not so much because of Scarlett Johansson. It's just no anime ever transfers well
You're right.
to live action.
You are so right. They haven't been able to pull it off yet.
No. I like what I've seen of the footage and the trailers and whatnot that they've brought out, but again, trailers are misleading too.
Right. And they
We always think we're going to get some great movie, and it ends up it's
Here's the problem,
flop.
too. It looks like a very expensive movie.
Yes.
And Ghost in the Shell doesn't have the fan base that everybody makes it out to have.
No, it doesn't.
No.
You know?
It's got a very loud fan base, but it's not a very
It's not a
large
large
fan
fan
base.
No, it's not.
You know, true fan base where they're going to go and support it.
Right.
You always have your internet loudmouths who are like, you know, blah, blah, blah. How come the Toto's white?
Yeah.
You know?
Again, like I said, I don't give a shit about the race bit.
Yeah.
If they can play the role, that's what I care about.
Right.
Stop making a big
It's a mixed
deal.
bag.
Yeah, that is
People
a
make
mixed
a big
bag
deal
bit.
over fictional characters.
That's true, but I mean, there is a such thing
That's
as
what they want, but there was a time when they had approached Will Smith about playing Superman.
Yes.
He was like, no.
yeah, no.
So he takes Floyd Lawton.
No, he took Hancock. And Hancock was the best Superman movie I ever saw. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding.
I would like to see more of Hancock.
Yes.
I would,
Unfortunately, I don't think it's
actually,
ever going to
yeah.
happen, but...
Yeah. Hancock
They kind of give enough backstory on
yeah.
that they could. There is wiggle room for a sequel.
I mean, you want to go dark superhero, that's dark. You can go dark
go.
superhero with Hancock.
Yeah.
There's the movie that I always thought deserved a sequel was Unbreakable.
They are writing the sequel.
What?
Oh, it was just
And it looks
announced
like,
last
it looks
week.
like the Shamhammer's back to form because
Yeah.
what is it? Split?
Yeah,
Split's
Split.
doing very well right now at the box office.
Oh yeah, they're crushing it.
It made like 80. It's like I think it made like 80 million on a $9 million budget.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was reported, I believe, late last week or early this week that there is an Unbreakable 2 in the works.
Well, the Shamhammer has always been a good director.
Mm-hmm.
He started to believe his own hype.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, John Campion from Movie Talk. You know, was the one like who pointed that out. That was always my opinion, right? That he was a good director, and then all of a sudden, like Hollywood said, "Hey, you're awesome." And he was, "I am awesome."
Yeah.
You know, and
I still say
It
his...
just kind of
Yeah.
fell off.
yeah,
And
I've heard a lot of good things about
Split.
You'll see that a lot in the music scene. A band will come out with like a great album, and then they believe they're the greatest, and the next 4 albums they release are all crap.
yeah.
yeah.
because they believe their own
Yeah,
hype.
and they don't work as hard.
No, exactly.
They're not hungry.
You gotta be hungry.
I had a
Happens
tiger.
with fighters too. Right?
Yep.
I had a tiger.
Yep.
You gotta be hungry. You know.
Rocky 3, man.
Yep.
That's what that whole movie was about.
You gotta stay hungry. Yeah. So it separates the champions from the standard guys.
Exactly.
Always hungry. Even when your belly's full, you just gotta be gluttonous.
I guess.
That's the difference.
Heck, in the real world right now, you got that whole Ronda Rousey shit.
Yeah, well,
She bought into her hype. Look at her now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ronda the hype, fought the wrong fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Now it's time to bid Ronda good night.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, that's right. She is retiring.
Just getting in touch with my inner demon.
Gone before with man.
But yeah, she's definitely she should retire.
Oh yeah.
You know, I remember they wanted her to play Captain Marvel. She can't act.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
Everybody. Man, feminism can ruin movies. Let me tell you. There, I said it. I don't care. You guys can downvote me. Feminism can ruin movies. Let me tell you. Oh, she's a strong, powerful female. Make her a superhero. Let's find a woman that can act.
Yeah.
Please.
You got to do more than just.
Not everything has to be a cause, ladies.
Yep.
Oh,
But yeah, let's get back.
take it from a black person in this society. Pick your battles. Pick your battles.
I kind of can't believe you went there. But.
Pick your battles. There's some things, sometimes you just gotta go, that sucks, but let's let it go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, we should, you know what? The next one. You know?
Well, are there any other movies that have made your list that have piqued your interest?
The King Arthur directed.
Legacy
Yes.
of the Sword.
Yes.
It's either going to be really cool or terrible.
Yeah.
I don't see it in between for that.
No, not
No.
really.
You know.
That's
For some reason, what's his name? Is it Charlie Hunnam?
Charlie
Yeah,
Hunnam.
Charlie Hunnam.
That guy just, I don't know, dude. Like, I watched Sons of Anarchy.
Mhm.
I like Sons of Anarchy.
Mhm.
You know, I enjoyed. It was almost like a Shakespearean play.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, it was based off of Macbeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I didn't even know
and
that.
so very much, and it was good. And Charlie Hunnam was good.
Until it wasn't.
But no. The show didn't fall off. It
No,
ended.
it ended its
Oh,
seven
yeah, that's true.
seasons and
Yeah.
it was done.
My problem with the film is with Charlie Hunnam is it just doesn't seem like he do anything other than play Jax.
Yeah.
Well, even in Pacific Rim,
Yeah.
he was basically that character.
Yeah.
It's kind of boring.
Yeah.
Now that also might have been the way they wrote the script,
Yeah.
but I see this movie. He's Jax again. He's Jax, king of Camelot. Maybe one day.
Maybe one.
Yeah. Is Black Panther this year or is it next
Black
year?
Panther is unfortunately next year. They pushed it. It was supposed to be this year.
Oh.
But Black Panther will be leading directly into Civil War. So,
Infinity War.
Infinity War. I don't
Yeah.
know how to say Civil War. Sorry, guys. I'm a little,
They're all at war all the time.
yeah. There's too much war in the Marvel Universe.
Yes.
What, I thought they renamed it.
They need to give peace a chance.
The first of the two is called Infinity War. They're not saying what the second one is going to be called yet.
Yeah. The second one's going to be called After the War, Picking Up the Pieces.
Infinity Crusade?
Infinity
I'm just throwing that out there if you've read the comics.
Yeah, a lot of people, because I know there was a video game announcement from Marvel because I guess Square Enix.
Yes, Square Enix. That's it. Yep.
Well, a lot of people were speculating it might have been a movie announcement,
Yeah.
and that they might have gotten the rights back to Fan 4, but that's just wishful thinking, kids.
Oh, wouldn't it be?
Oh my God!
Unfortunately, Fox
Could you imagine Phase 4? Like, I can just see, here's a cool setup. Phase 4 is Fantastic Four. So Phase 4, the Fantastic Four, after the Civil War scenario, they're like, hey, we need to get out there and explore space. They built this experimental rocket ship to send humans further in space than ever before. They use Atari technology. They use maybe some stuff that's left over from the Infinity War. And that's what rockets, our favorite first family into space. They get out there, accident happens, and that's how we get Fan 4. And it takes it more cosmic, and they can introduce then as time builds, then we get Silver Surfer, we get Galactus,
Man.
you know what I mean? We do get the Skrull, we get all that stuff.
Too bad, though.
And that builds into Phase 4, and that makes you can kind of retire Captain America a bit. You can hold back on Tony Stark, but then you can push
Guardians
and Captain Marvel. You can push her to the forefront and let it go cosmic for a while. Let Earth kind of you can keep some of the other actors around. So Black Panther, you can have almost like an Illuminati scenario where he's there and he's but he's on Earth and he does his thing. And in space, you kind of get your galactic, scenarios going on. I'd love it if that could happen.
We keep it continuing on with
And every now and then you get some of the old characters in space, like Thor shows up, he's in his Guardian, and they're like, we know about these planets.
Yeah.
That'd be very cool. That'd be very cool. They don't have the rights to Fantastic Four, though?
No, Fantastic Four belongs to Fox for now.
Yeah.
Yes. Hence their arch nemesis, Fox Studio executive.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, we forgot a TV show that's coming up, actually. The new X-Men.
Legion?
Oh,
Legion.
God.
That looks god-awful.
I watched one trailer.
Oh, I
and that pretty
deliberately
much-
forgot it.
They were dancing around like Bollywood, and I was like, okay, not for me, quick.
Yeah.
There's also, what's the other one? It has, there's another terrible superhero shows. This is where... Powerless. These shows...
With Bruce Wayne's cousin.
Yeah, these shows are the cancer of the stuff that we like.
Yep.
They are cancers. This is when execs are like, let's cash in on this craze. And they piss all over what we enjoy, and they start ruining good things. People are like, there's just too many of these shows, and I don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
What's Powerless?
It's basically, I forget, what's it called in Marvel, the cleanup squad?
Yeah, cleanup crew or something.
They're no, it's not the wrecking crew.
It's basically a bunch of people who go around cleaning up messes after superheroes fight.
Yeah.
And it's Bruce Wayne's cousin, Van Wayne.
Yeah. It is played by Alan Tudyk.
Who's a great actor.
From Firefly.
You've seen him, if you don't know who he is, you've seen him or heard his voice before.
Okay.
He was K2SO in
Rogue One.
Rogue One.
Oh, I still haven't seen it. So.
Yeah, so.
Him and Nathan Fillion started their own show, Con Man. Like he's done a lot.
Con Man.
He's a working actor.
Is that the one? It was kind of supposed to be like a branch off of
It was supposed to
Castle?
be
No. Okay, wrong show.
But so those are a couple of.
And then you've got actors from the show Community, or like Danny Pudi, who belongs nowhere near a comic book property, but somehow has made his way into this.
It's not gonna last.
Vanessa Hudgens is the lead character.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We could be completely off base on this, and it could be somehow stupidly brilliant.
It's on NBC.
But never mind, I'm done.
NBC stands for nothing but crap. And the one show they did have, Constantine, they canceled after one season.
Because they realized.
Okay, I know you like Grimm. Grimm's decent too, but
they're canning that.
Yeah, I know. This is NBC, man. They're the new Fox.
Yeah,
because Fox is actually sticking with their shows.
Yeah, Gotham is still around, sadly.
Yes,
and Lucifer. Lucifer got another season.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so,
I keep forgetting it's on
yeah.
Fox. Because it's good.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. NBC took over for Fox. They're now like the worst.
Is Lucifer? Is it not based on a comic?
Yeah. It is.
Who's it like? What world is it from? Is it DC?
Vertigo.
I thought it was DC Vertigo.
It's Vertigo Comics.
Vertigo. Yeah, Vertigo.
So it kind of ties.
Same
into
with Preacher
and
AMC.
Constantine.
Yeah, Constantine, Preacher. They're all from Vertigo. iZombie.
Preacher. There's a that show was.
There was a show.
Yeah, they've had a season already. The season one
Skip it.
was leading to where the comics started. So it's doing its own thing for now. And now supposedly it will follow the comics.
What's it about?
Who knows?
Is it about some lunatic preacher? Because it's Vertigo, so.
It was played by the guy who plays what's his name?
Howard Stark.
Howard Stark, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good actor, at least.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
he's a good actor.
Yeah.
Dominic.
Yeah, Dominic something.
I just don't.
Dominic, I'm a good actor. Guy.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about. Like, I mean, I heard of those comics because, like, I mean, at one point I started to get kind of interested in Vertigo because I saw because Watchmen is Vertigo. I know that.
No,
It's DC.
Is it just DC?
DC, kind of like Elseworlds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? I always assumed it was Vertigo.
Now they're folding it into the regular DC comic.
Yeah.
Yes, I see that. Okay, I always assumed it was Vertigo because
And
it's so
Jason
much
Fabok
darker.
is the one doing the artwork for it.
More power to him. That's awesome.
But anyway, I knew of the existence of like Preacher and Lucifer and iZombie. Well, not so much iZombie. 'Cause
iZombie doesn't really follow the comics so very closely at all. Because I've read the comics.
Oh, I didn't
and
even know that. I didn't even know it was Vertigo.
it is.
Oh.
It's a Vertigo property, but the show and the comics, the only thing that are basically the
It's
same
the title.
is the title. Exactly.
You said there's one more, isn't there? Like one more. Like there was another comic.
Sandman.
Oh yes.
Yeah. I wish they'd do a Swamp Thing series.
So do I.
Yes.
I want a Swamp Thing series.
It's expensive though.
It would be, but you put it on the right network. You put it on
You have
like
to focus it on maybe Abby.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know.
I remember when
Right,
we were
network.
kids.
Netflix.
Yes.
Do it on Netflix.
Yeah, Disney's not going with that.
I remember when we.
Why? Because right now it's basically that's Marvel. That's Marvel land.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when we were kids.
Trust me. You know.
I remember the Swamp
If Young
Thing
Justice does very well, which it most likely will, maybe then they branch off and
Because it's one thing to do a cartoon. It's another thing to do something that's going to
exactly.
and that's going to help the competition.
Does anybody else remember the Swamp Thing movies?
Yep.
The first one was terrible.
It's terrible, but it's
Wasn't that directed by Wes Craven?
yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
It's. I just watched that like a year ago, actually.
I watched it. I have it. I own
I
it.
haven't watched
Yeah.
it in years.
And I own the second one as well.
I haven't watched it in years, and I don't think I'll ever watch it again. Sorry.
It's bad.
It is
but
bad.
I will watch
The
it.
second one is terrible. But it's actually it's
more
terrible.
entertaining.
It's entertaining.
Yeah.
But it's just more entertaining. It is.
Yeah,
There's quite a few movies I could put under that umbrella. It's terrible, but it's so bad I'm actually entertained by it.
Did it
You got
not?
Heather Walkley running around. It's great.
Yeah.
Did it not come out around the same time as
Well, the first one came out in '84.
84? So I wasn't even born when I was.
Adrian Barbeau was in
Yeah.
that one.
Still looking pretty good too.
Like the Punisher.
I remember
The
that.
original one.
I remember
Yeah.
that with Dolph Lundgren. Yeah.
That was entertaining.
Like I said, it was so bad it was entertaining.
But so was his Masters of the Universe.
Yeah,
Dolph Lundgren was good at always making entertaining yet bad movies.
Wait.
I come in peace.
That's true.
You go in pieces. No, I'm sorry. I don't
By the way,
remember.
one of the nicest guys too.
Yeah.
The alien from that movie.
Oh, Matthias
Hughes. What a nice guy.
You've met him?
Online.
That's cool.
Oh, right on.
He's really nice. He's a really nice guy. Yeah, man.
That movie was.
He just kind of said, hey, thanks, being a fan. No, it's just nice. Just like, it's a guy didn't have to respond.
Right.
See him filming stuff. Just a cool guy.
But
Yeah.
I just remember. I just remember a string of like kind of. I guess you'd consider them B movies, and I loved them, and I always thought it would have been kind of cool to see. It's basically what like Dynamite has done, taken and wrapped them all into one world now. You have like the Phantom, the Shadow. The only one who's not really a part of like the Dynamite thing would be like the Rocketeer, which I think he would fit perfectly. But
He's over by Disney, I believe.
Yeah.
yes, he is. Yeah. Oh, that's too
movie
bad.
rights, yeah.
That's too bad. Well, a lot of the other ones are public domain anyway, so if they really wanted to.
I'm not sure. The Phantom is not public.
No, he's not.
Phantom is not public domain.
No, he's not. I know he's not.
Few of them are. Well, keep in mind. Sorry for our American listeners. We do live in Canada. The copyright laws are a little different over here, so some things that we have as public domain, you guys don't. But I'm pretty sure it's not-
neener.
pretty sure it's not public domain. Phantom. I'm Almost.
No, I know the Phantom's not public domain.
He's not public domain.
But like characters such as like the Black Terror, the Green Llama, the Silver Shriek, who was actually almost the original speedster archetype. He was beat up by the Flash by 3 months.
We could probably do a show on those characters all alone.
Yeah, and it would be
Give some recommended reading. Dynamite has some great stuff.
definitely. The Fighting Yank.
I haven't heard some of these names in like over a decade.
Blue Beetle.
Yeah, the original Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
The original Daredevil.
Yep. Who was a guy who wore a spandex suit that was half red, half black.
Half red, half black.
Half red, half white. Half red, half blue. Half red, yeah. Half red, half blue. It was like, I think like the top was red and blue, and then the bottom was reversed red and blue. And he wore like a white belt, and he threw boomerangs,
Which was really weird. And that's all.
Yeah, back then it got kids' attention.
Exactly. Well, it's like if you. And I know part of the reason the Flash beat up the Silver Streak because the Flash's story just made more sense.
And the other one sounded like something that got on your sleeve.
Jesus.
Oh man.
Well, I don't know if any of our listeners.
Our old naked lady running down the hall.
Well, I don't know if any of our listeners know this. I don't know if any of our listeners know the origin of the Silver Streak, but it's about as bizarre as you can get. Like
It's no more bizarre than the Flash.
No, it's
really?
much more bizarre.
Because I mean, Jay Garrick basically
Gets high.
He gets high. He gets high off of what? Heavy water?
Which is basically
Fumes from heavy water or something?
Yeah, and wakes up with super speed. But no,
Somehow.
Yeah, somehow. But no, Will, no. It's far more. It sounds far more likely than this cabbie who gets kidnapped by some kind of a mystic shaman to compete in this race. I'm sorry, I can't even go much further. I'll just try and simplify it. He puts him in this race, in this, like, I don't know if it's an experimental race car or whatnot, and because the race keeps getting attacked by giant insects.
Oh, yeah. I hate it when that happens.
Annoyance, eh?
Wow.
Yeah. So then after...
You're not thinking some shaman's going to like curse him with speed or...
No.
Yeah, like you're going to accelerate.
Wait.
They're going to put you in a car and you're going to get attacked by giant insects.
Well, that sucks, man. Every other Thursday I'm thinking, I hope the giant insects don't come today.
And and then he doesn't get his speed until after he dies. The shaman figures, well, hey, you know what? I think this is about a good time to give you your superpowers, so you can go find out who did that to you. Giant insects.
Why? The giant insects gave him super...
No,
he died.
He died. They killed him. The giant insects killed him, and he dies. And when the shaman brings him back and then gives him super speed.
Wow, you could have gave it to him before it died.
I don't know, if you're recruiting someone for a race, you can give them super speed. Don't you think maybe you should do that before the race? No, after he dies in it?
No, it's not interesting. No,
I'm telling you, man. I was reading through like I said, a lot of those
Oh,
characters.
it's like the Black Terror. He just does his own drugs.
Yep, basically. Yep.
He's a pharmacist who's like, yeah, take these drugs, become a superhero. He basically invented PCP.
Nice.
And you know what? You know what's even better? He gives some to a kid, dresses the kid up, and they both go high on PCP and beat up that guy.
You're pushing, man.
That sounds like the plot line for like a Chicago PD show.
I'm not making this up. I mean, I am with the PCP, but literally, yeah.
I don't know. They all had really, really weird backstories like that.
Because it was a similar kind of storytelling.
Yeah, I gather that.
Things didn't have to make sense for a lot of those stories back then. They just had to grab
Hey,
it.
let's be honest. The original Green Lantern. find a magic lantern that gives you powers in the ugliest costume known to man.
Oh, Jesus.
I would have accepted those powers based on the costume.
Yeah.
I said no.
Purple cape with an orange shirt and green pants.
Here, keep it.
And like a red.
The mystics have deemed that this shall be a uniform, but they also colorblind. You know?
No. I got
What's
a
with the color on this cape? I can't even see what's next to me.
I got a better one. The Silver Shriek's costume was red, yellow, and I think it had a couple of hints of blue.
But it's called the
Yeah, it's the Silver Streak. Where's the silver?
Hold on. I got it.
In 30 years, when I'm running across the hallway looking for pudding, you'll find out. Hooray, pudding! Hey, it's not as bad as the wizard.
Whoa. Oh, yeah, that one was just, that was Elton Lunch.
The names.
The name, too. Was just, well, you know how he got his powers, right?
No.
He was bitten by a mongoose.
Oh, that's right, he was.
What?
Yeah.
No, come on, Paul. We'll take you downstairs. We'll let you get bitten by a rat in the ass.
We're able to shoot through anything after that. We're laughing, but we completely accept the radioactive spider.
This is true.
Or genetically altered spider.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, some of those classic characters, you know. Some of them were pretty dumb.
Yeah, they were dumb. It's not just.
I can't tell you how many of them were like white guys who, like, you know, their parents just left them somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, like monks were like, hey, let's teach you to be a superhero. Because, you know, our own people are good enough to be superheroes. Because they're not white. You know? But listen, you have blonde hair and blue eyes. Let's make you our token guy.
Yeah. So we're gonna call you.
You see Sheetron over there? He's been practicing this style his entire life. But screw it, you look good. You know?
Oh my gosh!
Half the time.
It was
And you'll always put us first and come back and save the temple. Meanwhile, literally, in like the third issue, the temple's destroyed.
Yeah.
Everyone in the temple. There's so many temples in the Himalayas. Every temple's teaching super.
No, the one.
It's almost like a city.
But then you get those gems. Then you get one or two that was like that had like a really cool concept or so. Like I'll give you a good example. Like there was a character who was a patriotic character that came before Captain America, and his name was the Shield.
Oh yeah, the Shield.
Yeah.
It's why Captain America carries the round shield and not a kite shield.
Yeah.
Because there's been a few different versions of the shield. I think his comic is still in print today. But
Yeah, they're still using the Shield. I forget who has the rights to them.
And basically, like in one version, it's his costume that's imbued with all these it's like super. It gives him super strength.
Were you guys saying that a lot of these now are public domain?
Yes.
These are some of the old 20s.
I don't think the Shield.
No, the shield is not public
Well,
domain.
for Canada, anyways, it's based entirely on the life of the author. For the States, it depends on whether or not it's actually owned by a corporation, if it was created as a work for hire,
Yeah,
or
I'm pretty
it's
sure
not.
the Shield is owned by. Because it's the Shield, but the Fly. I think.
There was a Superman-esque character, like something V. Oh.
I don't remember.
And I can't remember the other ones.
Yeah, I can't remember either. But I used to collect those comics, believe it or not, when I was younger.
Is it not Big Bang Comics?
No, that's isn't that Radioactive Man with the Simpsons?
Yeah.
That's Big Bang Comics.
Is it? Oh, okay.
I'm still kind of stuck on the whole bit by a mongoose.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's the best way to get superpowers. You just get bit by an animal.
Yeah.
I got bit by a cockroach once. You wouldn't think they could bite, but man, I go through still donuts faster than anybody else in the world.
Food shortage?
Don't get bit by a radioactive pufferfish.
It really kills your sex life.
Or enhance it.
Anyway, guys, it's been fun. We're starting to drift into Sillyville.
Yeah, no kid.
So I'm thinking it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up. Thank you for joining us.
I gotta go feed my mongoose. So
Give him this pound of flesh, eh?
Yeah. No, I don't want him to bite me, so that's why I gotta go feed him.
No, come on, guys. You know it's time.
You don't want superpowers?
Come on, guys. You know it's time to close it up. You know the shaman's expecting me. Got to go before the giant insects.
Yeah,
I hate that. Every Thursday at the park. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining us on the Nightsiders Podcast. Be sure to check us out every 2 weeks. That's a fortnight for all you people over in the UK. And, thanks a lot, and we'll talk to you in the future.
Yeah, have a good one, guys.
Have a good one.
Peace.